Welcome to Red FM, ma'am. I mean, your songs play throughout the day on our stations across.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Ma'am, so you've been in the industry for 18 plus years. Of course, you don't need an introduction. I mean, you come from a great family, and of course, you're super talented. You started at the age of 6. You started with
Yes.
classical music, ma'am. If you can tell us, how did it all start?
At a very young age, I remember I used to keep humming songs while watching TV. This was when I was around 5, 6, and we had just moved to Bombay. So, my father overheard me once, and I was a very shy. Uh, I was very shy as a kid. So, whenever anybody used to step into the room, I used to be quiet. So, one day my dad overheard me and he told my mom that Tulsi has a very sweet voice. I think we should start training her if she already has interest in music. And when they asked me, of course, I was more than happy. And that's where the journey began. My father put me into Suresh Varikarji's academy, which is in Mumbai itself. And that's where the journey began. I started learning light classical music there. And then there was no looking back. Of course, I did learn from various people in the journey, and I'm really thankful to everything that they've contributed in my entire learning process.
Wow. Ma'am, a lot of people at Red FM know you. They've met you in the past. They tell us that you like Lata Mangeshkar, right? And you love her
Yeah.
songs.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't like Lata ji? She is the nightingale of our country, and her voice continues to resonate, amongst each one of us. We've all grown up to her music, and she is the institution of music for each one of us in singing.
Of course. So you have like a great 90s vibe to your voice. Any artists that you remember growing up to that you absolutely loved apart from her?
Uh, Lata ji, of course. I mean, not just the 90s, her songs from 60s, 70s, 80s, I mean, from since forever. But 90s, yes, has a very, very important role to play in my whole upbringing. I am a 90s kid. So I've grown up to songs of Ashiki, Dil Hai Ke Manta Nahi, Sadak, and all these musical films. Of course, a lot of people say that my tonality does have the essence of the 90s. मैंने इतना ज्यादा 90s का म्यूजिक सुना है. So of course, that kind of influences you in a very good way. If you ask me artists, I think everyone from Udit Narayan ji to indie artists like Lucky Ali, Falguni Pathak, Alka Yagnik ji, I think everyone in the 90s, Anuradha Podwal, their voices and the songs that they've done have been so spectacular that yeah, all these artists have played a very important role in shaping me as what I am today.
And speaking of which, of course, your father has made a huge mark in the industry. You are living your father's dream. The legacy that he has created, the number one record label in the world. Can you tell us what you remember about your father, and of course, something that you'd like to tell us about him and his story?
So many things about Papa. Till date, it's been so many years since his, uh, since I don't have him in my life. But till date, wherever I go, everyone talks to me about my father and how everyone's day begins with the Hanuman Chalisa that he has featured in. So I think the kind of work that Papa has done during his time is spectacular. I mean, I don't need to say that everyone who's hearing this interview would agree with me. Whether it was film music, non-film music, or devotional music, Papa kind of supported the artists, not just artists who were singers, but also new actors, actresses, and also a lot of musicians. Whenever I meet any musician, they have some connect or the other with my dad, or probably their fathers have known my dad. So that's the kind of legacy. And not just on a on the professional level. I think as a human, Papa had great, the way he was as a human being. He was extremely giving. He was extremely spiritual and devotional. And all his deeds, I think, in a way, have given me and my entire family that love that we still get till date. It's all whatever deeds Papa has done, and in every way, each one of us, whether it's my brother Bhushan, Kushali, my sister, or me, we try and follow his footsteps in whatever way we can. मतलब वो तो 100% थे, हम उनके 10% भी उनकी तरह बने, यही हमारी कोशिश रहती है, और यही all of us just believe in this.
No, I think you guys are doing such great work. T Series is at a different level. And since you spoke about your siblings, is there anything that we don't know about you and your siblings? Something funny or something that all your fans don't know about your siblings, man? Any funny fights you
Oh,
guys have or anything you?
funny fights as kids, yeah. I think we've become too big now to have those fights. But the best part is that whenever we are together, we're not talking work at all. It's the silliest of jokes and the silliest of things that every sister and brother, the rapport that they have, will talk about everything else but work. So I think that is the beauty of this relationship. And yeah, we're like any other brother sister, like me and my sister talking random things which have nothing to do with our work. Of course we do discuss work at times, but yeah, when we're chilling, it's more like family time together. So yeah.
Wonderful. In fact, first of all, I have to congratulate you on your song "Tera Mera Pyar." It is amazing. In fact,
Thank you.
our programming director actually was talking about how cool it was to watch you choose the wardrobe for the particular music video. So, can you tell us a little bit about this?
So with independent music, I think the best part is that the artists get to be involved in every step, which is not the case in playback singing. So I've done a lot of playback singing in the past, but now that I'm doing independent music, of course, we get into discussions of how the video is going to look like, how the look and feel of the video is going to be. And I absolutely love styling myself, even on other occasions. If you see my Instagram, you'll see a lot of get ready with me's, and you'll see a lot of closet in my closet kind of reels there. But for this particular, not just this particular song, Tera Mera Pyar, I have styled myself in other songs also. But yes, I recently did a video where I spoke about how I styled myself personally in this song, because it was a very girl next door character that needed very simple yet very girly feminine outfits. And I told my director I am just like that in my personal life also. So she was like, why don't you style yourself from your closet? And that's how the three looks, which are very, very sweet, cute, feminine, dainty kind of looks. So those three looks came out from my closet. And I'm glad you are liking the song, and everyone at Red FM and all the audiences, listeners are loving Tera Mera Pyar.
We absolutely enjoy it. Not just that, we also enjoy the poetry and the things that you write. It's very well written, like the recent one about unsaid emotions. Where do you get such inspiration from, ma'am, to write such stuff?
I think as artists, all of us have these constant emotions going on within us. And what way than, I mean, what's better than to write it down? And I'm not very good with honestly writing poetry, but I get these thoughts and I like to put it together. मुझे ऐसे बहुत बार लगता है कि मुझे गाना लिखना चाहिए, but उसमें you have to match the entire meter and there's a way to set format to write it. But वो नहीं, अभी first step is I've come to writing poetry where I just express myself. I express my thoughts, whatever I'm feeling. Ek to, I'm a very emotional person. So I feel things with great, magnitude. तो जो भी feelings होती हैं मैं लिख लेती हूँ, और कई बार तो it's just kept in my phone. Very rarely I put it out. So this was one such. Just I think yesterday I put it out. And thank you for noticing and appreciating it.
Something that a lot of people have also been noticing is your kids channel, Kids Hut, which has millions of
It's
users now. And tell us a little more about this for all the parents also who are listening to this right now.
So this is an edutainment channel, which is entertainment plus a little bit of education for the kids. We started it actually way back in 2014. I have never really spoken about it because I don't know. It's just that we just started the channel and I wasn't even married then. The whole process of getting married, becoming a mom, now I understand. And there are a lot of parents who come up to me and say that, oh, my son was watching Kids Hut and we just realized that all the voiceovers and stuff is done by you and it's really nice. Now that my son goes to school, I hear his friends watching the channel. So I've realized now that how popular the channel is with kids. We do a lot of stories and we do a lot of fun stuff for the kids on the channel. And I'm glad that kids are connecting to it. And now I have to start talking about it more often because a lot of people don't even know about my association with Kids Hut. So, yeah.
What is the craziest fan message you've got, ma'am? Or any fan who's walked up to you? Any crazy moment you remember from your fan? It could be in an Instagram message or it could be at a concert. Any crazy fan moment that you remember?
See, crazy, I would say fans are always very loving. They come up to you with so much love. Either they have sketches or they have some written letters. For me, it's very touching to see these gestures. For one of my gig, one of my fan traveled from really far to reach that place. So yeah, all these things really mean a lot. And कुछ थोड़े क्रेजी मीन्स कभी कभार एक आध नेगेटिव चीज भी हुई है where I've not gone and met a fan and then he's gone all berserk and given me some hate also on social media. So it's very difficult to understand sometimes. But जितने मेरे बाकी एसोसिएशंस रहे हैं फैंस के साथ वो सब सही रहे बट हियर because I could not go and meet this particular fan and he was traveling from somewhere and then he just went very negative on social media. So yeah,
I
you
think,
you know there is a positive and a negative side to social media, but I
but
respect all my fans and I respect their love that they have for me.
obviously, I mean, they have to love your work because so many popular songs, uncountable. I mean, it's not easy to pick one song. However, if you had to pick one song from your entire career as like your personal anthem, which one would it be, ma'am?
Personal anthem, or you
Like
mean a song that
your favorite, like
that's
your all-time favorite. Like this is the song for you.
my a song that's very synonymous to Tulsi Kumar being in the industry, like where people thought that okay, there is a singer called Tulsi Kumar that we should hear, is that one song तुम जो आए जिंदगी में बात बन गई. और वो बहुत रेडियो फ्रेंडली भी रह चुका है गाना. आई मीन y'all still play it on radio. It's been over 2010 में गाना आया था, so it's been over 15 years of release. But I think that's a song that kind of has really shaped me and my career into what it is today. That was the start, I would say. So that is one song, a duet with Rahat Fateh Ali Khan Sahab, music by Preetam Da, lyrics by Irshad Kamalji. I think the whole combination was just fabulous. And Tum Jo Aaye is one of my most favorite from my set of songs.
Wonderful. If you had to pick three songs, it could be any three songs for like a road trip. Like imagine that you're going for a nice long drive with your family and friends, and these are the top three songs that are on your playlist at the moment. Which are the top three songs?
At the moment, I am a very moody listener. I might not listen to very latest songs. And I love some songs by Atif Aslam, especially when we're driving. It's the Atif Aslam. There's one mashup of his that I really, really listen to. And there's one song, Tu Chahiye, by again Atif, which is, I think, very, very beautiful. Kuch To Bata from Bajrangi Bhaijaan. I think that's Jubin's song. Kuch To Bata Hai Zindagi. That one. And yeah, it's basically that kind of a very unpluggish kind of music I enjoy listening to when I'm traveling.
Very nice, ma'am. If you could sing a song for the Bangalore traffic, which song would you sing, ma'am?
Bangalore is known for its traffic,
All
just
day.
like Mumbai and Delhi. ट्रैफिक में एक्चुअली मैं गाना गाना नहीं चाहूंगी, मैं सुनना चाहूंगी कुछ समथिंग दैट calms my mind, because traffic is something that really takes a toll on me, and I just like to resort to ghazals. I listen to Jagjit ji's ghazals when it's like all buzzing out and the like horns and all going on outside. I think that's something that's very soothing and calming for me. I listen to ghazals. I don't know about y'all, but yeah.
Superb. Now, Tum Jo Aaye is another, it's a super hit track. Of course, we play that song all day on Red FM. Another track is Soch Na Sake. That's another super hit from Airlift. Can you tell us a little
Yeah.
bit about that song and your experience with it, ma'am?
Again, Soch Na Sake is yet another song after the songs of Ashiki 2 and Tum Jo Aaye that's given a lot of love. And I also won my first IFA award back in 2017 for Soch Na Sake as the best playback female. So, yeah, a very, very special song. And I think Amal has recreated this song beautifully. Again, the whole combination of me and Arijit, we've done a couple of songs in the past, and they've, I mean, always worked with the Arijit Singh. So yeah, Sochna Sake has given me lot and lot of love, and lot of people say that it's one of their most favorite songs.
Wonderful. Ma'am, before you go, I just like one thing I need to ask you is there are many people who, of course, look up to you, ma'am. There are many young people listening who want to get into the industry. You've been doing this from so many years. And of course, you come from that family. Ma'am, what are a couple of words that you'd like to tell the current independent musicians who are also looking forward to becoming a singer in today's day and age?
A lot of independent singers are doing extremely well. And to be honest, I always say I consider myself a student. I am learning a lot from a lot of indie artists because they're so good with their social media presence. They are so good with putting the whole feelings of the song together. Like, they're also multitask between songwriting and composing and kind of putting the whole thought together. Their concepts of making videos is also very good. To be honest, I get to learn a lot from them. But if you say I have to, I mean, if I have to say something, I would just say that you have to constantly be in love with what you're doing for that love to get transformed, and then you get that love back from your audiences. So keep doing. Be patient, because in the field of music, I think you have to be very, very patient. You have to be very, very persistent. These are the two things that I will say, that keep doing what you're doing with persistence and with love, and you will definitely reach a place where you belong.
Wow. These are certainly inspirational words, ma'am, coming from you. I'm sure that it would mean a lot to the current musicians. Ma'am, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us on Red FM. I know Asana has been talking to us about how busy your schedule has been, but I'm so grateful and we're very thankful, ma'am, that we could have this interview on Red FM Bangalore.
Thank you. Thank you, Julius. It was amazing chatting up with you. And hopefully, I'll be in Bangalore. Whenever I'll be in Bangalore next, we should connect, and I will want to come to the Red FM studios and meet you all in person.
Please, please, ma'am. We would love to meet you. Thank you so much, ma'am, once again.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for having me.